Hi everyone, JB Throws here, back with another video. Today we have some very breaking news about a ride at Six Flags Over Texas. That ride being Batman the Ride. Recently announced this morning on the Six Flags website, Batman the Ride will be closing for good, and it's unknown whether it's never coming back or if it's getting updates. So in today's video we'll be breaking down that huge announcement. Before I get into the video though, I would like to say if you like my content and videos, be sure to hit the like, subscribe, and tap the notification bell to know when new videos arrive on my channel. I'm officially 100 subscribers away from reaching 3,000, and it would be a huge deal if I get that milestone. And if you want to help out, you should definitely click that red button down below. And to those already subscribed, thank you so much. Anyways, without further ado, let's get into today's video. So this morning, I woke up and I went into the Six Flags website. And I've been doing this for a daily basis so far, because if you don't already know, Pirates of Spelunker Cave, the newest attraction for Six Flags Over Texas, is nearing completion. So they can announce the opening for this attraction at any time, and the website will definitely be the first place to look. And when I was on there, I saw a new tab, which was about Batman the Ride. So I clicked it, and I saw some pretty shocking news. There was a section that said Batman the Ride was limited time only, and that on April 28, the attraction will be closing for the rest of the year. And the worst part is there's no reason why. When Titan closed down, it was obvious that it was for repaint, restructuring, or overall updates. Same with Mr. Freeze and Pandemonium. But Batman the Ride, especially this last sentence at the end, talking about engineering a new experience for the future, really intrigued me. Because it's very similar to those signs that showed up when the Tres Amigos and Tamales left, when it said engineering a new railroad experience, and a whole year later, nothing is there. And that really makes me worry for Batman the Ride. I mean, sure, they said it would be closing for the 2022 season, but they didn't say it would come back, and they didn't say they were updating the attraction, just as they were engineering a new experience. To me, it seems like it's teasing a new attraction, but most importantly, teasing the removal of Batman the Ride. And I mean, I've seen it coming. The ride has been very rough, it is a little bit outdated in terms of the queue, but it's still a very fun ride, and it brings in the people. And I feel like removing it would be the dumbest decision ever, because if any ride needs to get removed first, it's definitely La Vibra. I mean, it's a capacity nightmare, and it's not even fun. At least Batman the Ride is enjoyable, and it's always a long wait every time, which at the end is worth it, unlike La Vibra. So if it's not the removal of Batman, I have a pretty good idea of what it is, which I'll explain later. But we have to see both opinions, the first being definitely its removal. And here's why it makes sense: the new ownership. First off, McKenzie is not in charge anymore, and lately there's been a lot of changes in the park for Over Texas, and some not so good. For example, the changing in the dining, which basically made dining more expensive and not worth it. The changes to Pirates of Spelunker Cave from its original Texas theme to basically a clone of Pirates of Deep Sea at Fiesta Texas. And the most infuriating change is the removal of Casa Magnetica. I mean, yes, it's coming back in winter, but it's closed for the entire duration of summer. 2 weeks ago was its last operating day, and sadly I didn't get to ride it one more time because I was in Dollywood. And now Casa Magnetica will be closed for all summer. Why? No reason at all. And honestly, it's really dumb. Casa Magnetica brought more capacity to a different attraction. It also made it more applicable to other guests, ones that don't want extreme ride and just want to walk. It's trippy and fun for the whole family, and definitely highly themed. And removing it during the summer when that ride has AC should not physically or mentally be a good idea at all. Now we're missing an attraction for the summer. We could have had 3 new rides, Casa Magnetica, Pirates of Spelunker Cave, and Aquaman open during summer, and now it's back to 2. So yeah, the new ownership is bad, and Batman the Ride leaving the park is very reasonable at this point. Maybe it was a malfunction too expensive to fix, or they just wanted to save money, or they think it's too outdated and wanted to make the park more new. So Batman the Ride would end up leaving, and as for a new ride to replace it, we'll probably get it in like 2 years. And in the meantime, we'll just have an empty plot of land. I could literally see that playing out. But let's think positive. Maybe they just reworded it wrong. Maybe it's not the permanent closure of Batman, but instead the renewal. And here's why. In 2021, McKenzie had an announcement for new updates coming to Over Texas in 2022, ranging from new painting updates, construction projects, and all the info about the new attractions. And in those updates, Batman the Ride was on the list, and his plan was supposed to all happen between 2021 and 2022. So maybe it's time for Batman the Ride, which can allow for its repaint and a retheme. Yeah, you heard me, a retheme. For Batman to be closed for the entire rest of the 2022 season, and with the engineering a new experience, it makes me think that Batman the Ride is finally getting the extra help it needed to begin with. Maybe getting the ride to be smoother, better restraints, but most of all, a retheme. I mean, Batman the Ride was already highly themed, but over time it became more dilapidated, and it's very bland. But now, more than ever, is the best time to upgrade this attraction, and here's why. The Batman. This movie, this peak movie, is an absolute success, and Six Flags will definitely want to jump in on its success. They did it with the Wonder Woman movie, by introducing Wonder Woman Golden Lasso Coaster. They did it with the Dark Knight movie and the Dark Knight Coaster, and they can certainly do it again with Batman the Ride and the Batman. And honestly, I would love this idea so much. I mean, lately we've seen lots of rethemes for lots of areas in different Six Flags parks, like Great Adventure with the new kids area, Great America with DC Universe, Great Adventure also with Medusa, and so on. But how can this Batman retheme work? Well, first, they can make the queue like a walkthrough. Similar to the Joker Carnival of Chaos at Phoenix, Texas, it can have lots of theming elements, with lights and sound effects to make the queue more appealing. The indoor walkthrough section can take place right in the tunnel, and then after that, it's just a normal queue in the Batcave, but with more lights, maybe some fog effect, and my most preferred option, some Batman soundtrack, and specifically the Batman soundtrack from the movie. Just imagine waiting in line for Batman, and Riddles Everywhere starts playing while you wait for the attraction. If you haven't heard that soundtrack from the movie, I highly recommend it. Or when you're in the station, they start playing Something in the Way. That'll be amazing. Then we have the repaint, which can match the color scheme in the movie. So red supports and black track, or black and gray, and then the coaster train, since there's 3 of them, we can have the red train, the green train, and the purple train. This will help distinguish the coaster trains better, and the red can symbolize Batman, the green with Riddler, and the purple with Catwoman. A great nod to the movie. So yeah, this retheme is very likely, but again, it's just a great idea I have, and I hope that's why Batman is closing. But with no further word other than that April 27th is the last day to ride, it's very unsettling. So no matter what happens, you should definitely ride Batman the Ride as much as you can, because you never know if it'll be your last ride on it, and there is a probability of it closing, which can be very sad. But anyways, what do you think about that announcement? Is Batman the Ride closing for good, or will it close for a long time for a long refurbishment, with a long-awaited retheme? Comment down below. And before I end the video, there's also a video that Six Flags posted on their website that announced the closure of this ride. And to save the trouble of looking it up, I'll be playing the video in the end. And if you want more info for yourself, the link to the website and the announcement is in the description. Anyways, here's that video. Happy April Fools, everyone. And no, Batman the Ride will not be leaving over Texas anytime soon, so you'll still get to enjoy this amazing coaster. Although, the idea of the Batman retheme is my personal prediction for the ride. It actually is supposed to close for a little while to get repainted next year, and I'm hoping when that happens, they actually retheme the attraction. But it's not like it's closing permanently or anything like that. But anyways, did you fall for the prank? And did you really believe Batman the Ride was closed? Also, those of you who realize now that it's a prank, you guys are amazing for watching the entire video. Plus, there's one more instruction. Don't spoil the video until after April 1st. In fact, if you want, you can play along like it's actually real to seal the deal to everyone else. But after April 1st, yes, you can reveal it's a prank. Anyways, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and this is JB Thrills signing out.